So challenge time again. This time for the October pouring challenge, it's to do a puddle pour technique incorporating some fork work using a monochromatic colour scheme. That's monochrome in the sense of one colour with the different tones from light to dark. The paints I used were Reeves Fine Artist Quality Acrylics in Viridian, Rowney's Titanium White in the Graduate Acrylics, and Royal and Langnickel's Lamp Black. My plastic cups have got a ridge going up the side, or a series of ridges I should say, which make it really easy to do a by-sight measurement of your paint. I filled the first cup 1/3 with the Viridian, and then for each successive cup I put 1 to 2 ridges less of the Viridian in it. And then when I poured in the titanium white, I made sure it came up to the same level of 1/3 of a cup as the first cup. So in each successive cup there was less Viridian and more of the titanium white, which meant that I had a really nice gradient of colours of about 5. I then decided that I actually wanted a darker paint as well, so I poured another cup of the Viridian with a little bit less than the original Viridian cup, and put a little bit of lamp black in there just to have so that I had a darker version as well. To save on my Quality Artist titanium white paint, I decided to use a Dulux emulsion household paint as the base. The emulsion is a lot more cost effective than the standard artist acrylic paints. So for this I'm using a Quality Dulux brand, which was £15 for 10 litres versus what I would normally spend around about £7 for a 500ml bottle of titanium white. I faced a number of technical challenges with this challenge. The paint pours went really well. Unfortunately, my iPad ran out of charge just before the first pour, so I didn't actually capture my paint pour, so I had to do a second pour. So what you're actually seeing here is my second pour, and the cups were the ones that I did on the previous one. At the end of the video I have included photos of both of the pours. You will also see, unfortunately, that I had some technical issues with the drying, and basically the box that I had covering the painting fell on it and the bottom half got a bit messed up, but I actually really quite like the end result and actually prefer it to how it looks. But have a look for yourselves and see what you think. On both the pours that I did, I basically used the same technique, which was to do lots of individual puddle pours going up through the gradients initially, and then I also then decided in the white spaces where I had quite a lot of white space, I would then do a reverse. So I started with the light through to the dark. I really liked how the gradient came through in the little individual puddle pours. I think it looked really beautiful and was really pleased with how it was shaping up even at this early stage before I did any tilting or forking. In retrospect, I think I probably could have done with having the emulsion paint being just a little bit thinner, as it did not flow as well as I wanted it to in the tilting. I mean, I had quite a good flow, but not quite as nicely as I would have liked. I'm using a bamboo 3-prong fork in this, and I was really pleased with the pattern that came out. I thought it worked really well, especially going through the gradients. I had quite a lot of runoff from the 2 pours, so I actually made 4 skins, and I forked 2 or 3 of the skins as well, and one of them, unfortunately one I didn't video, looks really great, and I've included some photos at the end. This second pour was actually a lot more detailed than the first pour, but I was really happy with the way it turned out. You'll see at the end of the video there are some pictures of what it looked like after it had the unfortunate or possibly fortunate accident where part of the box fell down that was covering it while it was drying, and I've got some pictures also then of it where I've resined it, so I think it looks really good, but perhaps you can tell me what you think in the comments. So here's a look at the dried and resined piece. As you can see, basically that bottom third of the painting, I had a piece of cardboard that fell out of the box and fell down onto the painting and just smooshed it all. I was pleasantly surprised by the end result though. When I turned the painting up portrait to the way it's showing here, I saw this gorgeous sea monster riding the crests of some beautiful waves, and that's the painting. So I've called this Happy Accident Poseidon's Kraken. Hope you like it. As promised, here's a quick peek at the first pour that unfortunately I didn't get to film. Actually in the end I'm really pleased that I had to do the second pour, as I really like how that one turned out, although I quite like this one as well. The skin I created from the runoff of the first pour is also my favourite. It's the one that looks the most like marbling, and the forking technique on this one I think is the most effective. The rest of the video shows how I made the 3 additional skins from the quite copious amounts of runoff I had from my second pour. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can check out my YouTube channel where I have a few more art tutorials. You can also look at my Instagram feed and my Facebook page, both of which have Wealie Arts as the title. At the end of this video, there's a slide with my various different social media names and accounts, so you can keep in touch. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, dislike, and subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye.